Boundaries, When to Say Yes, How to Say No to Take Control of Your Life by Cloud and John Townsend is a self-help book that provides readers with practical advice on how to set healthy boundaries in all areas of life. The authors, who are both clinical psychologists and Christian counselors, draw on their extensive experience working with clients to offer insights and strategies for navigating difficult relationships, managing time and energy, and cultivating personal growth. The book is divided into 3 parts: understanding boundaries, setting boundaries, and maintaining boundaries. In the first section, the authors explore the concept of boundaries and why they are essential for healthy relationships. They discuss common misconceptions about boundaries, such as the idea that setting limits is selfish or unloving. They also address common fears that people have about setting boundaries, such as fear of rejection or conflict. In the second section, the authors provide practical advice on how to set boundaries in different areas of life. They cover topics such as saying no without feeling guilty, dealing with toxic people, and establishing healthy communication patterns. They also offer guidance on how to set boundaries in romantic relationships, friendships, family dynamics, and work situations. In the final section, the authors discuss how to maintain healthy boundaries over time. They address common challenges that people face when trying to enforce their limits consistently and offer tips for staying motivated and accountable. Throughout the book, Cloud and Townsend use real-life examples from their counseling practices to illustrate key concepts. They also draw on biblical principles to support their arguments about why setting healthy boundaries is essential for spiritual growth. One of the strengths of boundaries is its accessibility. The authors write in a clear and engaging style that makes complex psychological concepts easy to understand. They also provide practical exercises at the end of each chapter to help readers apply the concepts to their own lives. Another strength of the book is its holistic approach to boundaries. Rather than focusing solely on interpersonal relationships, the authors emphasize the importance of setting boundaries in all areas of life, including work, leisure, and personal growth. This makes boundaries a valuable resource for anyone looking to take control of their life and achieve their goals. One of the key takeaways from boundaries is that setting healthy boundaries is not only essential for personal well-being, but also for healthy relationships. The authors argue that when we fail to set boundaries, we often end up feeling resentful, overwhelmed, and disconnected from others. By contrast, when we set clear limits on our time, energy, and resources, we are better able to show up as our best selves in our relationships and live more fulfilling lives. One of the most powerful aspects of boundaries is its emphasis on self-care. The authors argue that setting boundaries is not about being selfish or uncaring, but rather about taking responsibility for our own well-being. They encourage readers to prioritize their own needs and to recognize that saying no to others is sometimes necessary in order to say yes to ourselves. Another important theme in the book is the idea that boundaries are not fixed, but rather flexible and adaptable. The authors acknowledge that setting boundaries can be challenging, especially when dealing with difficult people or situations. They offer strategies for navigating these challenges, such as using I statements, setting consequences, and seeking support from others. Overall, boundaries, when to say yes, how to say no to take control of your life, is a valuable resource for anyone looking to improve their relationships or take control of their life. The book offers practical advice and insights for setting healthy boundaries in all areas of life, from work and leisure to personal growth and spirituality. Whether you're struggling with codependency issues or simply looking for ways to communicate more effectively with others, this book offers valuable insights that can help you achieve your goal. In conclusion, Boundaries is a must-read for anyone who wants to improve their relationships and take control of their life. The author's clear writing style, practical exercises, and real-life examples make this book accessible and engaging. By following the principles outlined in this book, readers can learn how to set healthy boundaries that will enable them to live more fulfilling lives while also nurturing healthy relationships with others. The book's emphasis on self-care and personal responsibility is particularly relevant in today's fast-paced and demanding world. Many people struggle with burnout, stress, and anxiety as they try to juggle multiple responsibilities and meet the expectations of others. Boundaries offers a refreshing perspective on how to navigate these challenges by encouraging readers to prioritize their own needs and set limits on their time and energy. One of the most powerful aspects of boundaries is its focus on the spiritual dimension of boundary setting. The authors draw on biblical principles to support their arguments about why setting healthy boundaries is essential for spiritual growth. They argue that when we fail to set boundaries, we often end up compromising our values and beliefs in order to please others. By contrast, when we set clear limits on our time, energy, and resources, we are better able to live in alignment with our deepest values and beliefs. The book's holistic approach to boundaries is also noteworthy. Rather than focusing solely on interpersonal relationships, the authors emphasize the importance of setting boundaries in all areas of life. They offer practical advice for setting boundaries at work, in leisure activities, and even in personal growth pursuits, such as therapy or spiritual practices. One potential criticism of boundaries is that it may not be applicable to all cultural contexts or personality types. The authors write from a Christian perspective and draw heavily on Western psychological theories. Some readers may find that the book's advice does not resonate with their own cultural or religious background. Another potential criticism is that the book may oversimplify complex interpersonal dynamics. While the authors offer practical strategies for dealing with difficult people or situations, some readers may find that these strategies are not always effective in real-life scenarios. Despite these potential criticisms, Boundaries, When to Say Yes, How to Say No to Take Control of Your Life, remains a valuable resource for anyone looking to improve their relationships or take control of their life. The book's practical advice, engaging writing style, and emphasis on self-care and personal responsibility make it a must-read for anyone seeking to live a more fulfilling life while also nurturing healthy relationships with others.